Welcome to a presentation on Docker. Thanks for joining today. My name is Brian White. I work at Small Footprint, a solutions architect there. Been there 6 years. So what I do there is I talk to clients and figure out their technology problems. Today's talk, we're going to be talking about Docker, about most of the time on Docker, a little bit on .NET Core, which is Microsoft's open source .NET framework offering. And we're going to pause a few times for questions as those come up. It's a complicated topic, so a couple times I'm going to stop and see if anyone has any thoughts, and then I'm going to do a demo at the end on Docker with .NET Core. The question that I get asked more and more, and people always want to know is, why the whale? I mean, it's a whale. It has nothing to do with Docker. I don't understand. So what Docker did is they had a competition on a site called 99 Designs. This is a site that you can submit designs for, find a designer, they match you up, or you can have a contest. People can submit their logos, and you set a price, and you reward them. So the whale beat out a giraffe and some construction equipment. So go whale. My wife is a biology professor, and so she really wanted to know what type of whale. O'Reilly is a very popular tech writing company, and they always feature an animal on their covers. So the whale they used was a beluga whale on one and a bowhead whale. So they were a little confused. One of those might be the whale of choice for Docker. Not sure. So when people are talking about Docker, you often hear it compared to a virtual machine. It's kind of like a virtual machine, but it isn't. So let's look at a couple differences. On the over here on the right-hand side, we have a virtual machine. So we have a server, the big box here, with 3 virtual machines on it. We have this is the hardware infrastructure, a little layer called a hypervisor, which allows the virtual machine to run. And then you see we have your application that you've written, the dependencies, and then the guest operating system. So this would be like if the virtual machine was a Linux virtual machine, you could have a Linux guest operating system or a Windows guest operating system, and this is that entire operating system that's running. So you'll see that it's duplicated in each of these cases. Well, on the Docker side, in containers, we get rid of that guest operating system. You just have this Docker layer. So you have your application, you have your dependencies, and then you have the Docker layer. Let's take a quick look at a demo, starting with .NET Core, and we'll Dockerize it. Okay. So this is I've just run the .NET command and run the help command on here just to see the different commands you can do with .NET. So you can create a new project, you can run a project, build it, publish it, all sorts of stuff. So with .NET, we're going to do .NET new, and let's look at the different templates that come out of the box. So these are all the default templates that if you install .NET Core on your machine, these are what you get out of the box. So you get a lot of web applications, both React and Angular. You get ability to create console applications, test projects, web projects. These are all hello world examples, basically. They're fully functioning, but they're a starter way to get a project off the ground. We're going to do Docker build -t, say give it a name. So I'm going to give this code to create the image a name called D101, and I'm going to put a dot there to say build it in the current directory that we're looking at. So now it's going out, it's looking for this image, and I've already downloaded it, so don't trust the Wi-Fi. If it didn't find it on my machine, it would download it from the Docker Hub or any Docker registries that I had kind of registered on my machine. So we've created a .NET Core web services project. We Dockerized it with a Docker file. We've built it, we've run it, and those are the commands to start it, stop it, and remove it. So now you can go out and be dangerous with Docker.